So
it's admirable the amount of heat, amount of hate that comes from certain people surrounding the South Florida area. Chris Sims with Tua, Paul Pierce with the Heat. Sometimes you just look at it and you're just baffled by like, how could a person even think this?
you know, we call that the sore loser mentality.
Yep.
Right? They don't have a problem with any of those players. Paul Pierce has a problem with the Heat because they have been more successful than any team he's ever played on.
I think I saw the Paul Pierce clip this weekend.
Yeah,
with Rachel Nichols and Tracy McGrady, which I do love the fact that Tracy he continues to have all-time greats look at him and mock him, like
right.
You know, he's just like, man, Paul, you are so off. Like
that's what he said.
He's just sitting there. But there's also part of me that, like, crazily enough, like respects Paul Pierce's petty because he hates the Heat so much. He will give them no credit. He will, but he's always like, there's nothing I want more than for Paul Pierce to tell me that whatever good fortune comes to the Heat is going to end up in disaster, because I know he is going to be so outrageously wrong, because he always is. Every time he does this, where he steps, he's just like, that's going to end. Heat Celtics are going to win. Celtics are going to win 5. Bucks Heat, Bucks are going to win in 5. He's always so wrong. The year that they went to the finals in 2020, he's like, oh, really? Because Pat Riley said, he's like, we're really close to winning a championship. He goes, if the Miami Heat are close to winning a championship, anybody's close to winning a championship. Heat go to the finals. And he said that like way back in like January. He's always so wrong on the Miami Heat that, trust me when I tell you, when the news came out this week that Paul Pierce said that Damian Lillard on the Miami Heat would result in the Miami Heat getting bounced in the first round, I nearly threw a party because I was like, yes, because there's nothing I want more than for Paul Pierce to declare that Damian Lillard on the Miami Heat will end up in a flaming disaster, because there's nobody's take that you want on the other side of positivity for your team than Paul Pierce, because that guy is so bad at analyzing basketball and hates the Heat so much. Why would I want Paul Pierce to tell me that Damian Lillard on the Heat is going to be a perennial favorite? Of course not. And he couldn't even help himself saying, oh, no, they're not going to be a contender. He had to go to the direction of, oh, no, if I were to replace Gabe Vincent with Damian Lillard on the Miami Heat, first round exit.
You put them together, they won't make it out the first round. Wait. You got to understand how they got to the championship this year. A lot of this had to do with their depth. And guys playing way above their pay grade. Way up. Caleb, Anthony, these guys was averaging 20 points on Boston. We ain't never seen them do that.
Who is Anthony?
Then you had Duncan Robinson. So if you get Dame, they gone. They already gone, but then you lose another 18-point, 20 score, gone. You're going to have to throw in Robinson. You're going to have to gut that team out.
You don't think they're going to get out of the first round?
They lost Vincent, Truce.
Of course.
Truce.
Of course, Truce. Listen, Truce was a big piece of the Heat last year, and so is he referring to Joel Anthony?
I have no idea
who is Anthony. Who is Anthony? Who is this guy?
Mark Anthony?
Yeah. Is he like, oh yeah, he goes, yeah, I would play the Rat. They have a Mark Anthony jersey up there. That guy was good.
Crazy.
Like, what is he? But it's like, and then the other thing was, this was the thing that was great about it with Paul Pierce, is like, he not only says they're not going to do it, he's like, oh, and they won't find those guys again. He goes, that was luck. What?
They've been finding them for 15
Tracy
years.
Like, he goes, Tracy McGrady's like, what do you mean, dude? They keep doing this. Like, they keep finding. He goes, they're not the Spurs. They're like, the Spurs? Who did the Spurs find? Tony Parker? Like 12 years ago? Bruce Bowen, who started with the Heat?
They got the luckiest break in the history, because the year that Admiral got hurt, David Robinson got hurt, and they tanked. They ended up with Tim Duncan.
That's all the Heat
So
do.
you got 2 Hall of Famers on the same team.
The Miami Heat, who like, okay, yes, they let Gabe Vincent and Max Strus go, and that's probably going to hurt. Those guys were good. However, they also had a guy who wasn't drafted, who I don't know if you probably should have been the conference finals MVP. He's not going anywhere. Okay. Also, they had the best player in Summer League, not drafted. Like, this is all Adam Simon, Pat Riley, Andy Ellisberg. They find two things in their couches: loose change and undrafted gems. That's all they do. And Paul Pierce is like, luck.
Is it game recognized game? Because you kind of do the same thing with other
It is
teams.
a little recognized game.
Okay,
It is
all
a
right.
little bit. That's
Because you do the same thing with other teams.
it's a little bit like that.
Right.
I do respect his petty. I
Okay,
do respect
okay,
his level
all
of
right.
petty. But
It doesn't mean we can't not make fun of him.
But he's also just like Anthony, dude. I mean, where are you gonna find Anthony?
What he just says things.
He just says name.
Truce
and Anthony.
Yeah.
Truce
Like
and
they got him.
Anthony.
Like what?
You're never gonna replace them.
But he's like, his hate for the Heat is so fueled because he was not Dwayne Wade. He didn't get an exit like Dwayne Wade. The Heat did nothing but kick his ass the entire time. He had one year where he got to bounce Dwayne Wade when Dwayne Wade's second best running mate was whatever was left of Jermaine O'Neal. And from that time on, the Heat have done nothing but make him sad and embarrass him. And so he comes out and he goes, all right, Damian Lillard on the Heat with Jimmy Butler and Bam, because they weren't a big part of their run last year. It was Anthony. I swear. It was Anthony who did that.
I was thinking the same thing. Joel Anthony? Is that exactly?
I don't know. I don't know who that was.
Yeah.
I don't really want to know who that was.
That's fine.
But when I heard this,
Yeah.
he goes, that was like, it wasn't even that clip that was unbelievably Damian Lillard on the Heat, first round exit.
Yeah.
It was him saying, they can't do that again. What literally all the Heat have been doing is finding people who have not been drafted. Hassan Whiteside, Tyler Johnson, all these people who nobody found a home for or couldn't do it. Dion Waiters, cast out by the league. James Johnson.
Yep.
Wayne Ellington. Wayne Ellington was on 11 teams before he came in and broke the Heat 3-point record.
The golden arm.
Like, what is this guy doing?
Yep.
And he's just like, they can't do that again. Let me tell you something. If there's one thing I know, I don't know what's going to happen with this Damian Lillard thing. I don't know. I think he's going to end up on the Heat.
Yeah.
But one thing I do know, there's going to be at least 2 or 3 guys this year from the Miami Heat that you're like, they did it again, dude. They did it again.
For sure.
They did it again. Whether it be Jamal Cain, whether it be Orlando Robinson.
Would you count Haywood Highsmith?
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Whether it be Haywood Highsmith having a bigger role this year. And Paul Pierce is going to be like, that Anthony, dude.
You know what? It's just gonna, again, what you're saying is true. It's admirable how much he
hates them.
Yeah. Do it again then, huh?
So much, He does.
Yeah.
Like, and like, because Kevin Garnett, he's tried to fake it. Like
Yeah.
he did a sit down one year with D Wade's last year, and he tried to fake it.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce won't fake it. He hates the Miami Heat.
Yep.
He hates them so much. And I cannot wait, because as soon as Damian Lillard does come to the Miami Heat, this now solidifies that the Miami Heat will win a championship.
Yep.
Simply because Paul Pierce said that they will get bounced in the first round. It like this absolutely stamps it as it has to happen.
He's a mush.
Oh yeah.
He's the mush.
He is the mush. And Anthony.
Yeah. Oh, that Anthony, dude. Gotta watch out for him, man.
Oh man, we'll take a quick break. There is some other NBA business that seems to be kicking about the Twitter sphere.
Oh, right now? This is like
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the thing of the day. It's
Wait,
the thing of the day.
Don't get ball sack sports, dude.
I'm not.
Okay.
I saw it straight from the horse's mouth.
Nice.
Get to that next.